is going on, my dudes and dudettes? This is Byron here, and welcome to another reaction video. Now, this time, it's going to be another reaction video compilation that I'm going to be doing, but like this time, as usual, we're going to do like 5 videos in this reaction video, so bear with me here. We're going to start off with watching Dan Schneider's apology, which I'm not going to lie, but I'm telling you, man, Dan Schneider's a freaking career for what he did, and this is basically his response to the Quiet on Set documentary that came out last year. So yeah, this one's gonna be really tough to go through, but with other videos it should be funny. But with this, we know how ridiculous that this is gonna be. And without further ado, let's give it a watch.
Hey, it's Boogie. I played T-Bo on Nickelodeon's iCarly. I got a chance to watch the Quiet on Set program, and I reached out to Dan to see if it was something that he'd be willing to discuss. I'm pleased to say that he said yes. Dan, how are you?
I'm okay.
Oh God, he looks so ugly.
I really appreciate you reaching out and giving me the opportunity to talk to you about what we saw over the last 2 nights.
I'm really glad you're here because I believe this is important.
For sure.
We've got a lot of things to unpack. But before I dive into my list of topics that I'd like to discuss, is there anything you'd like to start off with?
Absolutely. Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult. Me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret.
Embarrassed? Well, can you explain why they went ahead and exploited children? Like, you literally did.
I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology.
No offense, but I do not accept his apology at all. And I'm sure that everybody's going to agree with me on this, because what he did was he literally crossed the line, like, constantly, especially from, like, the allegations that have been coming out from, like, multiple Nickelodeon stars and non-Nickelodeon stars, even the writers. I just feel bad for the people that had to deal with him, you know, doing all of that, and I don't know what to say. It's like, if he was, here's the thing, if he was going to make an apology, he should have went ahead and apologized directly to the people that he had hurt, like, one by one at a time, and not just everybody say, oh, I owe everybody an apology, like, without even reaching out to others. He should have done that, man.
Let's talk about the massages.
Okay.
God.
Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing.
Yes, it was.
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I'm embarrassed that I did it then. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation. And even additionally, I apologize to the people who were walking around Video Village or wherever they happened, because there were lots of people there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable. So I owe them an apology as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, you literally did that to yourself. There's just no going back. I hate to say that.
Dan, talk to me about the writer's room. From what I saw,
Oh, yes.
not cool.
No, and I don't mean to cut you off, but if I can cut right to the chase, let me just say, no writer should ever feel uncomfortable in any writer's room, ever, period, the end, no excuses.
Is that all you're going to say? That is not, like, enough at all. It's like, do you really feel bad for what you've done to those writers by making them, like, sharing salary that was unexpected and just giving them verbal abuse? Just ignore my cat.
Most TV writers, comedy writers have been in writers' rooms, and they are aware that a lot of times there are inappropriate jokes made and inappropriate topics come up. But the fact that I participated in that, especially when I was leaving the room, it embarrasses me. I shouldn't have done it. And I can tell you why it hurts really bad for me.
You should really feel that way.
My early experiences, my first experiences in the entertainment business. I was green, I was scared, I was excited. It meant the world to me that I was getting those opportunities. And I went in and I got lucky because they were great. My first couple of experiences were fantastic. And the fact that I didn't pay that forward to every employee that walked through my door, it hurts my heart because I should have. And I wish I could go back and fix that.
I don't know if I really feel any of that. I don't feel any of that, dude. I don't see any remorse you have.
In the writer's room, there's no doubt that sometimes those jokes went beyond the pale, and I said things that went too far, or made practical jokes that went too far, and that was wrong. And that was because, I was an inexperienced producer. I was immature Wouldn't
Oh
happen
yeah, you
today,
were.
but I'm just really sorry it happened.
You should have said that to everyone, like one at a time, like I said before.
Now, we know you've had a lot of success over 2 decades. Thousands of people have worked with you, for you.
Okay.
Let's speak directly to the people who did not have a good experience with you.
Okay, I would like to speak to those people because I hate that anybody worked for me and didn't have a good time. You know me. You've been on my sets. Look, I've had some employees that have worked for me for 10 years, some more than 20 years, who would work with me again. But not everybody. There's still a significant number that didn't have a great time working for me. So my batting average isn't nearly high enough in that area. And the way they wouldn't get the best of me is that I would let the pressure of doing 40 or even more episodes per year, I would let that pressure get to me, which a good boss should never, ever do.
Was there specific things that you were doing?
Sure, I would snap at people sometimes. I would be
Sounds like
snarky
you've
when I
done it.
could have given them a nicer answer.
People claim that you've done it most
I
of
would
the time.
not give people the time that they needed. I would be in too big a hurry to get on to the next thing I had to do. And
Yeah, especially for that
watching
one
that
time
show,
when he went ahead and forced Jeanette to do a kissing scene in one of the iCarly episodes with co-star Nathan Kress. Dude, you literally crossed that line.
it made me, there were so many times I wanted to pick up a phone and
No,
call
damn.
some of those people and say, I'm so sorry and let's talk about it. And I wish you'd had a better time and I wish I could have shown you a better experience.
Yeah. Now, you've written hundreds of episodes. Thousands of jokes have been told.
Yeah.
But currently, where we are, some people think that some of those jokes are inappropriate for children.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of that?
All these jokes that you're speaking of, that the show covered over the past 2 nights, every one of those jokes was written for a kid audience
Yeah.
because kids thought they were funny and only funny. Okay?
Yeah. Well, not all of them were basically targeted to kids when you made them inappropriate. Especially the feet fetish. Ugh. Just don't get me started on that.
Now we have some adults looking back at them 20 years later through their lens, and they're looking at them and they're saying, oh, I don't think that's appropriate for a kid show. And I have no problem with that. If that's how anyone feels, let's cut those jokes out of the show, just like I would have done 20 years ago or 25 years ago. I cut it. I want my shows to be popular. I want everyone to like the more.
Well, it's actually way too late to do that. Like, most of them are out there. I don't know what to say, but bro, you have not even bothered doing that, and that just really gives you a bad name.
Who like the shows, the happier I am.
Yeah.
So if there's anything in a show that needs to be cut because it's upsetting somebody, let's cut it.
So I think it's big for you to say, with your work, if it's viewed as that today, you don't have a problem.
Cut it. Cut it.
I mean, that's a solution.
The last thing I want to ever do
Like I said,
is
you
put any
haven't done it
content
yet,
in a
man.
show that's going to upset my audience and make them want to turn off the TV. Why would I ever want to do that?
That makes sense. I want to give you an opportunity to kind of elaborate on something.
Okay.
The thought process from the series is you had the power to just write a joke, and no matter what, it's going on TV. You just had that type of power. Is that true?
The notion that I had the power to just produce whatever I wanted and have it air is completely false.
Okay.
There were many, many levels of scrutiny. Okay? We had executives in LA. We had executives in New York.
So 2 coasts.
2 coasts
Okay.
of
Both
approval, yes. And by the way, approval at every stage, really.
Okay.
And I'm talking about wardrobe. I'm talking about makeup, sound, sets, dialogue, jokes, everything.
Now, when you say approval of these, obviously that's a hierarchy, not your colleagues or
right.
people in the room. Okay.
No, not my
I'll be really honest with you. Like, well, like I said, it's too late to cut it, but like with everything proved, like, and with them being carefully scrutinized, well, the thing is about people turning something off. Well, guess what? Some people have, and there was this one scene, or there was this episode that I saw for a little bit regarding Ariana Grande doing some weird stuff on Victorious in one episode, and I just went ahead and skipped it before watching the rest of it because I knew how weird it was.
No, these are my bosses. bosses, and then their bosses, and then their bosses. And they're approving all of this stuff. Okay? And we're also shooting it in front of all sorts of adults and caregivers and the set teacher and the families. Everybody's watching it. And if anybody had said anything, hey, we don't like that, that's not appropriate, then it would have been cut out.
Now,
but they
I'm
didn't
going to push back a little bit because the series painted you in this way that you were just the guy that was doing what he wanted. And people were afraid to confront you about things. So say, just humor me, say that was the case. What would have been the ultimate way to...
Okay, if nobody on the set, if all of the dozens and dozens of adults that were on the set, if they didn't say anything, if my bosses said, if they insisted, you got to make a change here, you got to cut that, I had to do it. I had no choice.
Got it. Now this next one, it kind of hit close to home. Being a new father, I wouldn't be opposed to my child being in the entertainment industry. It doesn't matter what age, yeah? Seeing some of those on-air dares, seeing it now from where you are now in your life.
Oh, yeah, after watching Qui-Gon sit.
I think that some of the on-air dares went too far.
Oh, yeah.
I think they pushed the envelope too far. Not all of them, not most of them, but some did. Nickelodeon wanted to do their version of Fear Factor. At the time, we were shooting all that, so I was tasked with doing these on-air dares with the All That cast. So we get with the writers, and we come up with all these ideas, and it's hard to do because we don't have the budget of Fear Factor, and we can't put the kids in dangerous situations like the adults are put in. So,
well, actually, you almost kind of did after watching some of that, especially with the dogs licking the peanut butter on one of the guys, or on one of those male kids. Yeah, that looking at it is just weird. And I'm glad I never watched the All That relaunch growing up.
It's hard to come up with stuff, but we would come up with all these ideas of dares they could do. We would give them to the network, and they would say, tell us the ones that were okay.
Right.
Those are the ones we shot. Those are the ones that aired. At the time, I had no indication that any kid ever had a problem with them. But when I was watching the show over the past 2 nights, I now know that there were kids who did have problems with the on-air dares. And it breaks my heart. And I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to any kid who ever had to do a dare or anything that they didn't want to do or weren't comfortable doing. We went out of our way to make sure they were safe and that everything was done properly. But if a kid was scared and didn't want to do it, kids shouldn't have had to do it.
Yeah.
Period, the end. Right. And if I had known at the time, I would have changed it on the spot.
Now, we also saw the series highlight 2 former writers' viewers, 2 women, who spoke about a wage discrepancy. Now, I know that you don't divvy out salaries. Talk to me about that part.
Well, you're correct. I have nothing to do with paying writers. I never have. I've never made a writer's deal. And of all the writers I've been in the writer's room with, I never even knew how much most of them were getting paid.
Yeah, but we saw these 2 women who were writers for you sharing one salary. How does that happen?
It's very simple. There's a common practice in television when hiring writers. If you have a spot for a new writer, sometimes you'll go to 2 writers and say, hey, if you 2 new writers for your first job are willing to share a salary, you can both have the job. They have the opportunity to say, yes, that sounds good, or no, no, thank you. In this case, it was 2 women writers. I've done another show where that teaming was done with 2 male writers, and they split a salary. I did another show where it was a male and a female writer, and they split a salary.
So these are all first-time writers.
All first-time writers looking for their first gig.
Got it. Now, in the series, they also highlighted 2 black actors who said that they felt overlooked. Now, I want to be clear. I'm never going to speak on anyone else's journey. Yeah? I can talk about my experience, how my experience was with you, what I saw prior to working with you. But again, I don't want to speak on anyone's journey. I saw you be honored for diversity in your work.
Yes, and the reason for that is diversity has always been very important to me in my shows. If you go back to the very first Nickelodeon show I ever made, that's very evident, as it is in the second one, and then the first movie I ever made for Nickelodeon, which starred Kenan and Kel.
Oh, yeah, good
and
burger.
every show I did after that had a lead black actor in it. I'm very proud of that. It's very important to me. And not only am I proud that they were in my shows, I'm exceptionally proud of the achievements they've had beyond my shows. And they've gone on to bigger and better things. And that gives me a great sense of pride.
Well, something that really kind of bothered me was how they depicted your relationship with the cast.
Yeah, it bothered me too.
Yeah, just me being there, I knew the dynamic was trust. I understood that in situations where they may have had turmoil, whether it be with their families, whether it be other castmates, they came to you versus how they made you look. With that said, Amanda Bynes was brought up in the series and her emancipation and how you were involved in that. Can you talk to us about it a bit?
Sure. Amanda was between the ages of 16 and 17.
Oh, really?
And she wanted to get emancipated from her parents, which was a fairly common thing with successful young actors, at least at the time.
Sure.
And she wanted that for herself. So she turned to her team, which included her lawyer, her agent, her manager, her publicist, me, because she included me as part of her team, thought of me that way. We supported her.
Didn't you do anything
She tried to get emancipated,
to
and it ended up
Amanda
not working
Bynes?
out. She didn't.
Well, since we're here, let's stay here for a moment. There was also an incident where she had ran away from home, if
Yes.
you would.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you talk
that was
to us a
talked
little bit
about
just to clear
in
the air
Quiet
of
on Set.
exactly what happened in that situation?
Yes. One night, it was very late, well after midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning. Phone rang. I answered. It was Amanda. She was upset. She was in distress. She had had some conflict with her parents, I think her father, and she called me. I was immediately concerned about her safety. I called someone who I knew was fairly nearby. That person was able to go and pick her up. Then I knew she was safe. I felt better. She ended up being taken to the police.
Well, regardless of what some people may think, I think it's only positive that you are there for people when they need you. That said, let's talk about some of the things that have just been swirling forever.
Okay.
You were banned from your set.
Never happened. That is
I
a
agree with
false
that.
rumor.
What happened?
Added
Oh, yeah,
to the
it is.
list of false
It
Talk
is
to me.
false.
What happened?
They were adult actresses at the time, and they had their own specific reasons for not wanting
Oh,
to
yeah,
do the
that
show
was Sam
anymore.
McCann with Jenna
I'm not
McCurdy
judging
and
that.
Ariana Grande.
It got tense, and what they don't know, maybe, is I did everything I could to make that show go away. My producer partner
Right.
at the time, we would call and say, this is not a good situation.
Okay.
So I decided I'm going to do what most showrunners do, which is you're not on the set. There's a director there to shoot it. I'll go up to the writer's room. I'll work on the next script. But
Okay, so he was not banned entirely, in case if you the guys don't even know. He was just only recommended to stay away from the set. That's all it
because
is.
everybody was so used to me caring about every detail of every show so much, for me not to be on the set, yeah, maybe some people thought I got banned.
So it was more of an assumption because this guy's usually here and now he's not.
I don't know if it was an assumption. I don't know if somebody thought they were making me look bad by saying I got banned from the set. I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotcha. Don't even worry about my cat. Again, don't even worry about my cat meowing. But I will say, wasn't there a time when Jeanette got real upset about the fact that, and like there was this one time where she was upset about the fact that Ariana Grande would be absent most of the time.
I was never banned from the set.
Yep.
Yeah, we get
The
it.
darkest part of this series.
Wait. Also, wasn't there also a time when Jeanette said that she wanted to unalive herself, and when she was stressed out about the fact that she was like while she was directing and when her mom passed? Yeah, I read most of it about it in her memoir. I'm glad my mom died, and it's really intense, to be quite honest.
Discuss child predators.
Oh yeah, John Burris. Oh yes,
I
John
want to make
Burris.
sure that we clear a couple of things up.
Okay?
Brian Peck was not hired by you.
No, I did not hire Brian Peck.
Oh really? Well, it has been confirmed that actually, Dan, creepy Dan, you actually hired Brian Peck on all that and the Amanda Show.
Was a Tolan Robbins production?
Yeah. And when Drake and I talked and he told me what had happened, I was more devastated by that than anything that ever happened to me in my career thus far. And I told him, I'm here for you. What do you need? Which Drake mentioned in the show that we watched last night. And next, I heard that he went to court when this guy was being tried, Peck. And when Drake walked in, he saw 50 people sitting on the side of the courtroom
Oh yeah.
supporting Peck. A lot of them pretty famous. Of course, Drake was devastated that happened.
Yeah, because those
And
people
even
are
more
enablers of Brian
disappointing.
Peck, or were.
41 of those people wrote letters for Peck, character letters praising him for who he was and asking for leniency, and they knew that he was guilty. They knew he had confessed to some degree, and they still did this.
Yeah, it's so freaked up.
That's baffling that adults would do that. Yeah. And I don't know if people know this, but Drake's mom, a lovely woman who I stay in contact with this day, she came to me at the time and she said, Dan, I'm not good with words like you are. And would you help me with my speech with the judge?
It looks like you're fake crying.
I did. And he ended up going to prison and serving his time.
Should have been a life sentence.
Yeah, that was probably the darkest part of my career. And here's the kicker that I really don't get. After he got out of prison and was, to my knowledge, a registered sex offender, he was hired on a Disney Channel show.
Yeah, my God,
I don't understand that.
That honestly did not help anything at all. Not even after what happened in Drake Bell. Like, I'm telling you, man, this was really bad, especially during this time. And I'm glad that they don't have Brian Beck working for Hollywood anymore, because it's screwed up.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that, man. Are you okay? You want to take a minute?
Yeah, I'm all right. Let's keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we really unpacked some important things. We set the record straight on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Before I let you get out of here, I appreciate the vulnerability that you use in knowing that there's definitely things that you would have and should have done differently.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that we haven't discussed? Anything that if you could go back and navigate the journey differently, what would that look like?
Yeah, there's definitely things that I would do differently. One that I think would be really, really important is when you're hiring young actors, minors, to work in television, I would suggest that we have a licensed therapist there to oversee that process for the specific reason of making sure that those kids really wanted to do this job, that they really wanted to be on television. Maybe they should even be informed about what that means. What's it going to mean if you're famous? What's that going to mean on social media? What's it going to mean within your family? Let them find out. And then that way, if a kid doesn't want to be on a TV show, they can opt out. That psychologist, that therapist could come to us and say, this kid doesn't want to do it, or their parents aren't understanding of what's going to come. And then we could avoid the mistake of ever putting a kid in a TV show that didn't want to be there. And additionally, the main thing that I would change is how I treat people and everyone. I definitely at times didn't give people the best of me. I didn't show enough patience. I could be cocky and definitely overambitious, and sometimes just straight up rude and obnoxious, and I am so sorry that I ever was.
Should have said that to everyone
when I
one
watched
at a
the
time.
show, I could see the hurt in some people's eyes, and it made me
really?
feel awful and regretful and sorry.
I don't really see the
I wish I could go
I
back,
don't see the remorse
especially
in
to
his
those earlier
face.
years of my career, and bring the growth and the experience that I have now, and just do a better
Well, I'm
job.
glad that Nickel and Porter Waits
Never
with Dan
ever
did,
feel like it was
because
okay to be an asshole to anyone ever. Look, I wanted to make funny TV shows for kids, and we definitely did that. But if I could go back, I would get it done in different ways. I'd just be nicer as often as possible.
Yeah.
And listen more to the people on my team. And I would do everything that I could to make sure that everyone had a good experience.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I do differently.
Dan, I appreciate your time.
I appreciate
Sorry
you.
if movie was being used.
Thank you.
But honestly, I'm glad this video got disliked, and for a variety of reasons. Which, as a matter of fact, this video actually got disliked. This video was actually disliked a lot more than with the likes. Like, it actually has more dislikes than likes. I mean, you cannot view the amount of dislikes anymore. But like I said, I'm glad this got disliked. you know what? We're just gonna move on to things that are not really tragic or funny, like altogether. But we're gonna watch something that's actually a lot funny, but it's a little more suspense. But and we're gonna watch one of those old SML episodes, and actually, it's one of those old short SML videos. And without further ado, let's just give it a watch.
All right, son, you can only play outside for 5 minutes, okay? But Dad, I want to play longer. No,
Oh
don't
yes,
argue
the
with
good
me.
old days of
Okay. I
Super
can't let
Mario
the sun
Logan.
damage my beautiful skin. All right, okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hey, DK, you just letting your son play outside?
Bowser Donkey Kong. Don't talk with Bowser.
Okay.
He knows he's a bad guy. Hype banana. Hype banana.
Hey.
He sounds like Toad.
Can I play?
No,
Why not?
because you're smelly.
Can I at least have a piece of your banana?
No.
That's not
It's just
fair.
Diddy
You
Jr.
know what? I'll just go play by myself.
Go ahead. And Bowser.
No one wants to play with me. No one wants to share with me. I hate everyone. I wish I
Well,
had
I
a
mean,
friend.
Junior is the son of Bowser, so he's part of the villain family.
Give me some kids today.
Uh-oh, it's a child
See a little
predator.
boy.
I can definitely tell this guy's evil.
All right, gotta look good for this little one.
And oh no, he's got a lollipop for the kid. That's a red flag.
Maybe I can just play with some grass. Yay, grass.
Yeah, Chris.
Car. Hey, little boy. What's up, Candy? Candy? Yes.
Bro, do not fall for it. Oh! Oh my god. And now Diddy's
lately my
worried.
computer's been getting a whole bunch of viruses, and I really don't know why. Like, I took it to a computer tech guy, and I thought he could fix it, but I guess not.
How's Drew's in trouble?
What? My son's in trouble? Where? Hey, let me go! Stop kidnapping me! Stop kidnapping you!
Yeah, you are kidnapping Junior.
I'm your new dad. Don't you like your sucker? I don't like lollipops. I don't want to.
Oh my god.
Take me back to my dad. I was a good dad. Take me back to my dad. You know what? You're not worth it. Take me back to my dad. Take it back. Yay! Take me back to my dad. Take me back to my dad.
Oh my god, this is a nightmare.
Son, where are you? There you are. You're back. Son, are you okay? Kidnap me. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. They brought me back. I'm so glad he brought you back. I never want to leave again. But you're grounded. Why? Because if we wouldn't have came outside the first place, you wouldn't have got kidnapped. So we're never coming outside again. But Daddy brought me back.
Well, that's actually decent punishment for a kid that just goes in and gets fallen for.
I'm sorry. It's all your fault.
Oh, don't do it. Oh. That's that's predatory behavior right there. SML, listen today. Do not talk to strangers. Wow, I don't even know what to say, but that was a really good short. I wish we had videos like these, but nowadays we don't. Okay, so the next video we're going to be watching is actually going to be the last video that we'll do in this first 2025 reaction combo that I'm doing, but we're going to be focusing on the one that's basically like a police body cam, but it focuses on a celebrity, which is none other than Ice-T from Law & Order SVU. And what we're about to see, it's going to get, it's really intense. Here we go.
Officer. What's up, officer? Officer, just let you know you're being recorded, okay? I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything. You know your registration expired since 2000.
So I actually saw this video like earlier with my dad.
Expired as well. That's why I'm going to the DMV. My paperwork. You're Yo, don't touch me. Don't give me like that. Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera.
Legendary rapper
Oh
and actor
God.
Ice-T, best known for his role as Detective Odafin Tutuola on Law & Order, was pulled over in New Jersey for what looked like a missing front plate on his Porsche. Things took a turn when officers found his registration and license were expired, leading to a heated exchange with the star. Here's how it all went down.
Kilo comes back, negative stolen 2015 Porsche 911 two-door color gray.
This is like last year. Damn.
How's it going, sir? What's up, officer? Officer Silla, Hudson County Sheriff's Office. Let you know you'll be recorded, okay? I'm headed to the DMV. This is where I'm going to get all my registration and everything straight on this car.
And you have expired registration, you drove it?
Normal as a simple traffic
You're an
stop,
idiot
but
for
things
that.
would soon escalate between the actor and the officer.
You know your registration expired since 2021. That's where I'm going. I'm headed right there. When did you decide to go and change? Yesterday. I went yesterday. Yeah, but what I'm saying is registration been expired since 2021. Car's been parked. Are you sure? Yeah, of course I'm sure. That's why I'm trying to get this car set up to roll. Yesterday I went to the DMV and they said that their system was down, so that's where I'm headed. I got 7 cars. I'm trying to get them all straight. You said you went to DMV yesterday. They said the system is down? Yesterday, yep. What time was your appointment yesterday? I didn't have an appointment. They just take me. You didn't have an appointment to go to DMV? I don't need one. Why is that? Because they know me. Because they know you. Is your passport? You have a driver's license with you? Yep. I'm getting that. That has... That's expired. So you have your license expired as well? That's why I'm going to the DMV. Sir, even if it's 1 feet, you cannot drive with an expired license and expired registration.
An expired license, well,
I mean, why don't you
are you an
right
idiot?
garage,
I mean,
right here.
well, like I said, are you an idiot for that, dude?
I mean, you can, but you don't have to. Well, is it serious?
Bro, you just think you're above the law, especially since you've been an actor on Law and Order SVU.
Welcome to The Lasting Mission, a pod.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
I could park the car right here and then walk to the DMV.
That's 5, 6, 7.
5, 6 something. I'll do that. Those are all the things. You said you have other vehicles registered? I have 7 vehicles.
5, 6. Receipt. You want me to start the hook?
It's 5, 6. It's the Sunday. You could have drive the other vehicle who was registered and get this one registered. Can I handle this? You gonna take me to jail? I'm not gonna take you to jail. Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV? I'm gonna tow your vehicle.
Yeah, but you cannot do that.
Let me park
Just
my
gotta leave
car
your
right
car
here.
here. You're literally close to the
Give me
DMV.
keys right now, and I'm gonna tow your vehicle. You try to be more respectful with me, I'm gonna respect you the same way. Well, then let me. You see, I'm going to. No, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna tell you what to do. So give me your keys right now. You're gonna go that route. I asked you, can I park my car? I said not. Give me your keys, sir. If I'm not under arrest, then I'm getting out of my car. Give me my paperwork, you fucking... No, don't touch me.
You just
Give me like that.
call
Give me my
names.
paperwork. Get this on camera. This motherfucker is... I am a foot away from DMV. Keep your distance. You are a fucking asshole. I'm not an asshole. You've been asshole to me. I'm an asshole. I'm trying to get to the DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording your dumb ass.
And all he's gonna be recording, police officer? That's intimidating, man. Zinding.
Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Spy secrecy.
Irish communications to SO83.
The actor began recording as the officer called for backup. Ice-T appeared visibly angry, frustrated that the officer didn't give him another option to register his vehicle.
Actually, the SO83. He's gonna be 9001 Burger Line, where the Dunkin' Donuts is. SO83. That's 560, Jacob notified him, bro.
So what happened, Sarge?
What's up, Sarge?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm trying to get to DMV to register my car.
Okay.
I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, could I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there and get all my paperwork together? He says he wants to tow my car.
All right, give me a second. Let me find out what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay.
Right,
You're doing a little too much, Sarge.
Okay, so what I was going to do is just issue him a ticket, let him park here. Okay. He jumped out of the vehicle, he didn't even ask me. He came so close to me. And he said, he called me an asshole. He called me an asshole, and he said, give me all the paperwork right now. All right. And everything's been recorded. And your vehicle's been towed. And you're receiving tickets. Right now, for tactical purposes.
The officer received permission to issue the actor 4 tickets, including one for driving with a suspended license.
All this takes place in New Jersey, eh? Didn't know that because, like, you know, with Law and Order SVU, it takes place in New York. Same thing with the regular Law and Order. Which apparently with Law and Order, the original one was from the 90s until, like, up until 2010, and it recently got revived. But luckily, its spin-off, Special Victims Unit, it has also kept going since its release in 1999, which is very interesting.
What's up, Sarge? Oh, shit, I forgot to, All right, you can issue him a ticket, and that's going to be it, right? He's going to leave the car here? Up to you, whatever you want to do. Yeah, we'll go with that, okay? You're going to leave the car here? Okay, he's going to park the car here. No problem. Go across the street and get the stuff, the paperwork for the car. Okay, but he's getting 4 tickets, though. All right, okay.
I'm sorry, man.
Driving a registered motor vehicle, driving with an expired license, okay. Improper display, you got no front plates, and no inspection sticker. Okay. How many did you make out already? What's that?
Oh, I'll have to say.
You made 4? You already sent them in? Not yet. Yes? Can you bring it down to 2? Sorry. Okay. All right. No, it's up to you, bro. I can't. Okay. Okay. All right. I can't tell him as a sergeant what to do. Okay? I can guide him and I can make a recommendation. He's going to give you 4 tickets. Okay? I asked him not to give you the 4 tickets, but he could bring it down to 2. He said no. He's giving you the 4 tickets. What are the 4 tickets? He says you have no front plate, no inspection sticker, no registration, and your driver's license is expired. Okay. All right. All right. I did, yeah, I did. Okay, all right. So I know if you want to come with me or. Yeah. Okay.
So they know that you're not going to get the tow and that you're going to.
Yeah, I'm alone right now. Okay.
At some point, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if he told you, but everything's being recorded on the body cameras, so.
Okay. So, as Common Sergeant, we're not going to tow your vehicle, but you're receiving summonses. Is your keys? Is your paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me? You're receiving a ticket for no front plates?
Oh, it looks like some fans are bringing
All the
iced
other
tea.
paperwork.
Say recognize them.
Everything you gave me. It's in the vehicle.
Dude, this is what you get for basically driving down to,
You have no inspection,
driving down the DMV with like literally an expired license and registration.
like I said,
Bro, if I were you, I would have taken either an Uber or asked a friend or a family member to go to a DMV to renew the registration and license. This is just absolutely ridiculous, to be honest.
You got both. I got everything. Okay. All right. No, I'm good. All right. You just the way you shooted me. Okay. I was gonna park the vehicle. No tickets issued, but just next time show some respect.
So ridiculous.
I don't have. All right. Okay. I don't have either. All right. So you have a great day, sir.
Okay, we do not need to see that.
In the end, the actor was able to resolve the situation, fixing the issues and paying the fines in full. But it raises the question, was the officer fair in handling this, or could they have been more lenient considering the circumstances? Let us know what you think.
I don't even know what to say, but I think this is just basically average regarding how it was handled, but Ice-T shouldn't have went down to the DMV by himself in a car with a registration and license, because I don't know. But like I said, that's just plain stupid. But anyways, guys, yeah, so that's all I have for tonight. I'm gonna be going to bed. I'll do another reaction combo sometime this year, and yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. This is me, Byron, signing off. Peace.